What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dubkast. It's November 17th. This will be posting on November 19th. So, welcome to another episode. We appreciate all of you guys joining. I'm your host, Dirty Assault, otherwise known as Trent.
And it's your boy, Toxic Jedi.
That's right, Toxic Jedi in the house. Listen, guys, so happy that you guys are joining us for this week in particular, because I really feel like the last month and a half we've talked so much about games that we want to come out. In this episode, the games are finally out. So we're going to finally be able to dive into some actual footage of some of these games, be able to dive into actual experience that we've had in some of these games. So I'm excited alone to just talk about the plethora of drops that happened this month alone. I mean, dude, is it safe to say that November might be the greatest month out of this entire year?
Oh yeah, dude, it's always a safe bet on video games.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could say that like Call of Duty is notorious for dropping games in like October, November range, and Battlefield kind of the same. But yo, dude, Halo not only dropping but dropping early. Guys, there's like literally so much we can get into on this, but just to kind of start things off, you know, there is a lot of buzz going around because of all these big games dropping. And from the streaming side of things, I've talked with a lot of streamers, looked at a lot of social media in terms of how they're responding to some of these games. And it's been really interesting because on one side of the coin, you have a lot of people that are really excited, really thrilled that these games are out. And then on the other flip side of that coin, you got a lot of people that are complaining, talk about, yo, this product isn't even ready yet. This is like issues that you talked about and you knew you had prior to even releasing that we experienced on the beta. So like it's kind of crazy right now. But I think all in all, we're just happy to see that after 2020, where you almost kind of felt like we were on this hiatus from video gaming. I mean, sure, things dropped, right? We had Warzone, we had other games to occupy us during that time period. But the biggest thing is that this year, all the big projects that got pushed back are finally out. All the things that, well, not all, but most of the things that were rumored were dropped. And so that alone is enough to celebrate. So just on some gaming news that I want to kind of talk to before we dive into some of these big releases. So Bethesda slash Microsoft officially announced that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be an exclusive to PC and Xbox only. This is guys, this is huge because I mean Sony just allowed this to happen, and now they completely take the opportunity of this game being on any PlayStation platform. And I think it's easy to harp on this issue just because I come from a background as somebody that grew up as a Sony PlayStation fan. Like that's all I played. I stuck to those roots. I had my 360 experience as well when the Kinect dropped, and that was fun. But I always went back to Sony. So it really sucks to see a game like this get pulled to an exclusive the other way. But I guess, if I'm playing devil's advocate, that's the way things go. And, I was actually at work today talking about this with some other friends that of mine that game. And, they brought up the fact that, well, while it sucks that Sony has sold so many rights to some of these big name games. I mean, can we talk about God of War? One of like the biggest Sony exclusives, but now now it's going to be coming out on PC for people to be able to play as well. The money that they've gotten from selling these exclusive rights, they're buying up studios though as well with that money. And so you're going to see more Sony exclusives probably from that. And so I'm just curious to kind of see where that goes, because let's 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 not beat a dead horse here. It sucks, but it's not like Sony's out of the game. You know what I mean? Like I definitely feel like there's still a plethora of uh developers that are still going to be pushing out games, and so they're not out of the fight. But for a game like Elder Scrolls, I mean, this was a pretty big. I mean, and there was speculation that this might happen. There was a lot of outrage from the Sony community that this deal even happened because of this. My only question to you, man, does the next Fallout follow?
Dude, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Right? I mean,
You know it will. You know it will. That's them like capitalizing the market and reigniting the console wars.
yeah. And they're swinging. This is the year that I feel like Microsoft is really just swinging and giving it all they got, because I mean, how many free games did we download this week? I mean, so like
Yeah.
at least 3 or 4 games this week, and 2 of those being huge titles,
Yeah.
right? And that's all from Xbox Game Pass. Are you paying something? Yes, you're paying something. Is the $5 a month hurting you for the $120 to $140 worth of savings that you're getting? No, it doesn't hurt me. I don't mind paying the $5. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of sat back and they're like, well, the consoles wars are dead now because we can just play together. Like, so how can we, and at that stalemate, it's like, well, I could get either console between the Game Pass and capitalizing on popular like brands. I mean, it's pretty obvious for a kid who was going to get a PS5, he's going to be like, man, I'm just going to get an Xbox because Elder Scrolls is going to be on it. I love Elder Scrolls.
I know people that have both the Xbox Series S and the PlayStation 5 because they want to be able to play both. So
yeah, I don't know, man. I think PlayStation made a good gesture by letting their big names on PC, but in the same hand, you're kind of just giving away your cards.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what kind of comes from this. I'm personally not too bummed because, well, I'm on PC now. More primarily, I don't really boot up my PlayStation that often, but this is a part of the business. So I can't say we're too surprised, but it happened. So we'll see where this goes from here. But look, that's whenever we do finally see Elder Scrolls 6. So I mean, we all know how long of a wait we've had. Who knows when we'll actually see the game. So for right now, it's just talk.
Maybe Microsoft will push them right out the door.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have got to get this game going, bro. You cannot republish Skyrim, please.
Shoot, I hope. So yesterday, Tiny Tina's new game. Now this wasn't the new one, right? This was the older version of the game. I believe it was Tiny Tina's Dungeon.
I don't remember if it was the old or new one, but I did, however, snag it on Epic.
Well, the brand new one comes out in March of next year.
Okay, so maybe they're
So
just
it was
like
Tiny.
pre-advertising.
I think it was Tiny Tina's not Wonderlands, but it was the 2013 release, if I remember right. But yesterday until like 1:00, it was free for anybody to download. And from what I've seen from your end, you got to download it, so you're excited to dive into that. I unfortunately wasn't able to snag it in time. But people are posting it. A lot of people were able to get it and were able to download it, and they're starting to post some footage from that. And I think that really just kind of gears people up, knowing that it's only 4 months away until the brand new game drops. And I'm personally really excited for that. I'm somebody that has really kind of dove into one Borderlands, and that's really it. But a game like Borderlands combined with Dungeons and Dragons to me is just exciting as all get out. So I know that I'll probably end up trying this game. Whether I get it at release or not, I think is kind of another story. But if it's cheap enough and affordable, I may have to, because I think that it's one of those games that you're definitely going to see a nice surge of people going towards, especially in our kind of circle, because so many of us enjoy games like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got games like For the King that share that kind of a different style, but that kind of Dungeons and Dragons esque
Yeah, straight gold, bro.
Yeah,
Straight gold.
yeah.
Another game free on Game Pass.
Another, yeah. Also, if you guys are Fortnite fans, Fortnite officially added in Naruto characters. So I'm not a big fan of Fortnite. It's just not really for me. But this was a update that actually made me want to go and download it. They added characters like Naruto and Sasuke, and added in the kunais that you could throw at people. So it's let me say this. Fortnite is great at making money.
Yeah,
like those people are so smart at putting content in there that people want to buy. You know, you look at people like Call of Duty who come out with these season passes, and they've come out with just like cool looking characters, and you're like, yeah, this is nice. But I think we all know that there are those people that bought the Rambo pack and the Die Hard pack, all just so that they could get the characters. And they would have little special moments like that. The Halloween special had a lot of different characters that you could, or skins rather, that you could purchase, and that definitely appealed to its certain group too. And Fortnite just, you know, takes that and runs with it. There's so many skins in that game, but most of it's pop culture.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where they just thrive and thrive and thrive. So I give them credit, because this update made me actually want to go and play Fortnite. I don't usually want to do that. So
I saw some like hilarious footage, and someone was playing. It was like Naruto, and they built the tower, and all you see is he's like Scar H hidden jutsu, and he like pulls out a scar and just decks somebody.
Naruto out there with gats.
Yeah, and they remade. I saw another one where they remade the Pain and Naruto fight when Sakura like kneels to the ground. She's like, Naruto.
Yeah,
and he comes like running through.
Hardest intro in any anime is when Naruto shows up to that fight.
Yeah, dude. Straight
Everyone's
sage
like,
mode.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh no, our city. It's
yeah, he's just like,
and this dude just shows up like, poof.
Yeah. Imagine
on top
hating
of
that guy.
Couldn't be me. Naruto's. I've actually really, really wanted to get into Boruto. I think I'm gonna start that soon.
Yeah.
I haven't even finished Dragon Slayer or Demon Slayer. Dragon Slayer. Demon Slayer, but I really want to start Boruto, just because I watched like the opening scene of the show, and I was like, man. For those of you that haven't seen Naruto, I won't ruin it to you, but obviously Boruto is Naruto's son. All I'll say is, for those of you that know how Naruto ends and know how or who he ends up with, knows that the son looks like he's a badass. Now, I've heard that the show starts off where he's just like how Naruto is when he's young and kind of annoying, but if once you make it past that, they're gonna eventually have like a Shippuden style for Boruto, and that's when it's gonna be dope. So I'm pretty excited.
They've actually delved into like the more hardcore stuff, I'd say.
Yeah, well, that's what I've heard. I just know that a lot of people that don't like it it's because it is that beginning stage of bar that Naruto went
Yeah.
to as well. So, but yeah, so I mean, I think everybody's kind of excited to see some cool, more pop culture getting into games like that. So Naruto, if you guys are into Fortnite, haven't really opened it up and played it in a while, go check out the new update with the Naruto characters, because that's going to be sick.
Yeah.
Now, there's one more game, and then I guys, I really want to dive into some of these newer games and talk about them. One more game I wanted to talk about was Lies of P. Have you guys heard about this game? Because if you haven't, I highly suggest you go and check it out. Now, one of the big games that we played on PlayStation that was an exclusive, speaking of PlayStation and Sony's exclusives, is a game called Bloodborne. You guys might be familiar with it. Incredible game. Listen, I recommend a lot of games, but there's not a lot of games out there that I will, die on my hill for. And Bloodborne is one of them, though. And it's just, I say to anybody, like, if I was to suggest somebody, these are the games that make Sony, or Sony's exclusives worth owning a console for.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Bloodborne's in that conversation. And I just say that because if you're into that style of game where it is like one life and then you're all the way back, you lose all progress, you're all the way back to your last save point. That is what Bloodborne is. I mean, it's just a very unforgiving game, but when you can make it through, it's so rewarding. And it's nice because it is one of those games that you can play multiplayer with friends.
Yeah.
So the game Lies of P that they're coming out with is a game that is going to be similar looking, is why I say that. It's got this eeriness look to it. It's got this like dark kind of, I don't know, essence to the game that makes it look like it would be fun to play. It might have some maybe jump scare type stuff. But one thing I kind of wanted to pull up here is, if you guys are curious, I really do highly recommend going over to like Steam and, really just anywhere that they have information on this game and really checking it out. So what I'm going to pull up here is what you're going to find over on Steam. So over on Steam, you can check out Lies of P. Okay. And it is made by Round 8 Studio. And it's inspired by Pinocchio's story, right? Lies of P. Pinocchio. So when you think about that, I feel like some people might think that that's silly.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I play a game that's like Pinocchio? And so I just kind of wanted to show you guys that right here listed is a lot of the interesting stuff that'll make it worth it. So you wake up at an abandoned train station in Krat, a city overwhelmed by madness and bloodlust. In front of you lies a single note that reads, "Find Mr. Geppetto. He's here in the city." Play as Pinocchio, a puppet mechanoid, and fight through everything in your path to find this mystery person, but don't expect any help along the way, and don't make the mistake of trusting anyone. You must always lie to others if you hope to become human, right? So basically, as you're going through this game, every single thing that you do is going to affect the outcome of the game. So you want to tell lies in order to get ahead in the game, but you have to remember, depending upon what you do, will make you either more puppet or make you more human. right? It's a timeless tale of Pinocchio who has been reimagined with dark and striking visuals set in a fallen city of Krat. Pinocchio desperately fights to become human against all odds. Visual concept, the city of Krat was inspired by that city in Europe, Belle Opeke era in Europe. So yeah, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Opeque or put. Yeah, sorry, I'm butchering that. Late 19th century to the early 20th century. It is the epitome of the collapsed city bereft of prosperity. Experience interconnected procedural quests that play out depending on how you lie. These choices will affect how the story ends. So the weapon making system, you can combine weapons in a multiple of ways to create something new altogether. Research to find the best combinations and make something truly special. Special skill system, with Pinocchio being a doll, you can change parts of his body to gain new skills and hopefully an edge in battle. But not all enhancements are for fighting, though. They can also provide several other unique and useful features. So, guys, go over, check out some of these teaser trailers and look more into this game. There's been people, let me show you some of these pictures that are kind of the game. You can kind of see this eeriness where the game just has that dark feel to it. And I for one think that this is going to be probably a really, really well done storyline. And that's just going to kind of pull you in. But it's probably going to be one of those unforgiving games where you better watch out.
Look in the tag. In the tags, it says action Souls-like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like Dark Souls and stuff like that too. Yeah. So I just really love seeing single player stories like this where it's really challenging to anybody who plays it, but you can tell that they're probably putting a lot into this game because they're announcing it now and it's not coming out until 2023. That's the sad part, right? 2023, we're not going to see this. We're going to have to wait to see this game for a couple of years.
So, hopefully they come through, man, because little developers like that like to announce a crazy game that everyone's cool with, and then it's 2024 and they're like, oh yeah, we canceled that like 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, some of the videos I saw look promising. The Pinocchio-like character, he had some advantages, like some changes to his body that he had already kind of equipped. He had his little sword. I think he was able to like reach over and grab like an enemy and yank him towards him and stuff like that.
Sounds kind of like a Sekiro.
Yeah. So it'd be like a Shadows Die Twice, same developer as Bloodborne. So we'll see what that game kind of ends up becoming. But I just think that if you guys are looking for new games to check out, this is one to go check out.
For sure. It was definitely giving me some like if BioShock kind of gave their spin on the Souls.
Yeah, that little boss that they kind of have a screenshot of looks BioShock like. I'm curious to see what that is. And that's another thing too, is a game like this. And again, this comes from me not watching a whole lot of video footage. I've just seen little teaser trailers and stuff like that. What do you think is going to be like the enemies in a world like this? And is it going to be mechanical or puppet like bosses? Is it going to be, maybe just something staged in that kind of time period that might be relevant to that time period or relevant to that, steampunk kind of look or something like that? I'm really interested to see, because when we played Bloodborne, it's kind of that old timey feel.
Pissed off villagers.
Yeah, pissed off villagers and stuff. And then you have like these crazy monsters, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot like what was that other game we were talking about, made by the guy that made Lord of the Rings, or the storyline was made by the guy that made Lord of the Rings.
Uh,
The Ring, or maybe not Lord of the
are
Rings,
you
but
talking about Game of Thrones? So it's
or
Elden
Game of
Ring.
yeah, Elden
Yeah.
Ring.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
the
bro,
guy
Elden
George.
Ring.
Yeah, George R. Martin from Game of Thrones. He helped make the storyline, I think, for Elden Ring. That's right.
Yeah.
So that is another one that crazy bosses, crazy single player campaign that's going to be really interesting to get into.
Have you seen the new video for Elden Ring?
I seen one where he was fighting the boss, and that looked crazy. If that's the one I'm thinking of.
To be honest, I haven't watched it, so I don't know what's in it. But there's a video that they released like maybe a week ago at this point,
Mm,
and everyone's been going crazy about it.
that's something that we're gonna have to look into then.
Yeah,
That'd be
for sure.
sick.
Yeah, a little bit late to the party, but I mean, those are like right down our alley for games.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I don't know if those are going to have any capabilities for multiplayer, but if they do, I'm 100% down to check out stuff like that.
Elden Ring does.
Elden Ring
Elden,
does.
yeah,
So,
it has the same exact layout as Dark Souls because it's George R. Martin, so an excellent writer, suspenseful, mixed with the creator of Dark Souls.
mm,
So he already knows how to make a game like that, and then they implemented George's story.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
dude, it just looks insane, and it's like massive open world. It's like you have a riding mount now.
that
I'm
always helps.
terrified.
That way you're
Yeah,
not running. Don't have a running simulator.
right. New world.
Yeah. So, guys, let's get into some of these games that have dropped. First game I kind of want to talk about briefly, Jeremy. I think you might have actually dove into a little bit of this game, but we had talked about the Far Cry series a little while back, and Far Cry 6 officially dropped. I've got a buddy of mine, guys. If you guys are listening, hop on over to Twitter, hop on over to YouTube, TikTok, and there is a streamer out there. His name is Awaken Wolf. And God, I'm telling you, if you want footage of some of these new games that have come out, he is doing a great job of giving clips that really just give you the full picture of what these games provide. And if you head on over to his YouTube, he even has a little bit more in-depth videos where he kind of like dives into some of these games. So like I've seen him play Far Cry, and some of the video footage he's been showing on Far Cry is hilarious because I feel like so often people will show just like cool stuff that they do, and that's always nice to see. Like, oh, here's me killing like 10 people at once, and that stuff's always cool. But he's done a really good job of showcasing just the small little stuff too. Like I seen one today. He accidentally jumped off of this cliff and just fell to his death. And then like this dude like walks over to him and like actually like picks him up, and he's like, oh, okay. And so he had one too where these two helicopters were coming at him, and he just like has rockets on his back, and he shoots them, and they take out the helicopters. And so just a lot of really cool like little snippets of the game, and I've really enjoyed it. He just had some stuff about one of the weirdest encounters I think that he had in the game. So definitely go give him a follow, go check him out. A lot of cool content if you do want to see a lot of snippets from these games that have been coming out. But Jeremy, I briefly watched a stream of you playing the new Far Cry, and was that the new Far Cry?
Yeah, it's Far
Yeah,
Cry 6.
I was gonna say, because I seen you playing Far Cry, and I was watching it. I think you were on like a boat or
Yeah, I
something like that.
literally just started when you tuned in.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
completely abandoned everything that we had talked about in the previous episode. So, guys, all hate mail is allowed if you send it towards toxic jet. No, just kidding. But we had talked about maybe checking out that series, and as somebody that hasn't really dove too much into that series, it was really kind of cool to see you playing Far Cry 6, because if I was to say one thing, graphics look beautiful, and the play style looks real smooth. Basically, I just mean the mechanics and how you're maneuvering around, climbing, shooting, all that looked like it was really kind of carried over from probably some of the previous games, and still looks real nice.
Yeah, no, they completely. Well, I shouldn't say that because it does have its bugs, but very smooth game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
very minimal problems, and there are just too many funny moments that you could ever hope to catch on film.
Yeah. So is this a game that allows you to kind of go off on your own and do several different side missions, or is it pretty like linear?
No, dude, you can do anything you want. Yeah, you can beat the game and like. Well, this one takes a little bit longer, so I would
You
say
already
you
beat
could
it?
beat a. No, the shortcut beat. You could probably beat it in an hour. But I mean, it's not linear at all. You got side missions that give you better weapons. Not to mention the exploration is insane on that game.
Mm-hmm.
Massive.
So in I guess in a way to relate, is this a game that's going to be like the size of like Assassin's Creed Free Roam, or would you say maybe a little bit smaller? I mean, I guess that's really hard to judge because Assassin's Creed's been dropping some huge
Yeah.
games.
I probably wouldn't say like, but it's mainly water. That's why their games are so big. I
Yeah.
would say it's comparable to Valhalla,
Oh, really?
realistically.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
like it's a pretty big ass map. And I mean it's made by the same producer too, so I bet you they use some influence from Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
But no, dude, and I love the companions you can get. My favorite companion's chorizo or chorizo is what they call him.
Yeah.
And it's like this dog. It's like a little weenie dog, but like it's handicapped, so it's got like a one of those dog wheelchairs, and like it finds you like guns and shit. It's hilarious, dude.
It's like just
People
wheeling
will
on
be
over.
falling, bro.
But like, is it like a chihuahua?
Yeah, he's like a little, yeah, very small. And then you got Guapo. Guapo is like this trained crocodile that just murders people for you.
A trained crocodile?
Yeah, bro. Do me a favor, please, and look up. I mean, you're probably gonna literally get a picture of chorizo, but Far Cry 6 chorizo is the most adorable thing.
Yeah, let's look this up. And so when you're finding companions, what exactly does that like encompass? Is this going to be something that like you got to do a set of tasks, or you just kind of bump into them?
Well, so you bump into them, and then you gotta do like a small little side quest. Yeah,
Oh my goodness. That looks like the best companion ever. I'm not going to
dude,
lie though. Look at
he
that.
really is, bro.
Little guy is cute. Look at him.
Yeah, you can pet him and everything. It's amazing.
Who's a good boy?
Uh, now type in Guapo on there, and I mean it's just this crocodile that has like a Letterman's jacket on his
Oh
pants.
my gosh. What is
Oh yeah.
that?
Oh, that's one of the amigos.
Oh my gosh. You can get him too?
Yeah, I don't remember his name though. I only use there's like a Jaguar one too. Yeah, hold on. That Jaguar picture on the red screen has like all of them on it
Oh,
in like the middle.
chicharron. So that's
Yeah, and then
chicharron,
boom boom.
guapo, chorizo, boom boom, and oluso.
Yeah. I
That's a
literally only run with Guapo or Chorizo.
that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I think Chicharron you get because that game it's set in like a Cuba style, and so they have like cockfighting, and that's you have to go pick out like the best chicken or rooster. And that's where you find him because he's just like beefed up and metal as hell.
So can you like customize like their colors and stuff, I'm assuming, from what I'm
Yeah.
seeing?
Yeah, he always has a gold tooth though.
That's hilarious, dude.
My
Love
first
games like
run.
that take the time to put stuff like that in the game.
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious, man. Because you'll be like cruising, and you can like tell them where to go. But if there's an enemy by him, like Guapo, he'll like rip off their legs and stuff.
Ah!
Just a random crocodile. Oh, dude, it's the best.
But at least enjoying that. Now, how do you think that it carries on over and is comparable to some of the other ones? Do you think that they've gone, it's better, worse, same as compared to some previous Far Cries?
Man, I'm gonna say it does not compare to Five's story, but I think the gameplay is just better, mainly because it's a newer game. They learned some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you took like the gameplay and the flow of this one and then put it in Five's like story, you dude, that game would be unbeatable.
Yeah,
Like it was just so clean and like customizing guns was one of the most fun aspects of the game.
that's cool. So you can kind of get different parts and stuff and create your.
Yeah, and just like you were saying that streamer you were watching how he had to backpack with the rockets,
Mm-hmm.
you can create different kinds. So like mine, I when I hit my backpack, I can't it's a Supremo. When you hit the Supremo, it shoots out like healing gas and heals all my allies around me. But then you can get like a fire ring where it boosts you up in the air and like a giant fire ring kills everyone around you. Poison gas. You can get an EMP. Like a bunch of cool shit.
That's pretty dope, dude. It kind of reminds me of like a Saints Row whenever they did the superhero. I mean,
Yeah.
not necessarily because like, I think it's comparable in terms of like they're the same game, but just like the freedom you have to go around, do whatever you want, and then
Yeah.
like have like those abilities to kind of go around. I mean, I think that probably, the best comparison is like Assassin's Creed, where you can go around, do all the different missions, customize your own gear, customize your own look.
Yeah.
But it just Saints Row, which we've talked about the fact that they're getting a new game too. I don't think, to be honest, from the trailer, I know it was cinematic trailer. I didn't really think it looked that crazy cool. I'm curious to see what they do with all that, but that's off track. But yeah, I love that when games do that
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I'm just, I don't know, I'm weird. I'm just the type of person that customizing will almost always pull me in more than anything else.
Yeah.
Like I've bought games that are on sale. Like, okay, I'm huge into sports games, right? And I will wait until like I'll play. I've bought hockey before, and I've bought hockey when I know the new hockey game's coming out. I'll buy the old one when it's like cheap, like $10 or something like that, and I buy it just so that I can like create my own team. Just because I want to see like what it's like to like create your own team, like what they have customized, like
Yeah.
what's available. So it seems silly, but that's just a minor example. I also think the hockey games are extremely fun. I think you would like them too. I mean, they're just one of those games that like you don't really, I don't know. It's just they're just fun. It's kind of like FIFA. That's how I look at hockey. It's hard to score a goal. So like when you do, you just feel like so
On
on top
top
of the
of it.
yeah.
Yeah. Dang, bro. We have been on the same level
Dude, we
all
have been on the
week.
same wavelength. You called me and we were like both shopping at the same time. There was another time you called me and we were like literally next door to each other. You were like at the store. I was at like, you were at Walmart. I was at Sam's. like, what is going on here? Just our minds are just on the same wavelength.
Must be the red beards, man. We just connect.
So yeah, Far Cry 6 definitely looking like it's a win and a must-play game if you enjoy that series, or if you are looking to even just jump into it. Sounds like it's still a great game that they're not heading backwards.
Yeah. No, honestly, with nowadays games, you have to look out for like first day patches, horrible glitches, and this and that. And this game was actually produced ready to play, which is a nice change.
That's huge. Speaking of first day patches, glitches, and things that need to be addressed, also dropping was Battlefield 2042. And look, guys, this game isn't going to be dropping until today, the day that you guys are hearing it on the 19th. I'm speaking from the perspective of the 17th, and me and Jeremy purchased the gold edition of the game, pre-ordered it so that we could get access to some of the cool pre-order perks, and checked it out early. And I think that there's definitely some issues that they probably are going to fix, maybe by day one, or maybe within a week after launch, official launch, that is. But there's just a lot of issues that I was hoping wouldn't happen. Some of them are very minute. One in particular I want to talk about is pretty huge, and I think that it's kind of ridiculous that we're even dealing with it, because it made my experience to where I've checked out other games instead of Battlefield as often. Not to say that I don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not not having fun. Let me put it like that.
It's still
I still enjoyed it. Me and you still shared a lot of laughs. We still probably got in, what would you say, maybe 8 hours of gameplay. I mean, we still played quite a bit. Maybe, and we checked out a lot. We made sure that we could dive into all the different kinds of categories and game styles and game modes. And for what they offered, it was a fun game when it wasn't glitching or wasn't giving you issues. One of the minute problems that it gave us, just to kind of get this out the way, is whenever you're on cross-platform kind of queuing, a lot of times you'll get kicked out of queue, and even when you're not even in cross-platform. But I just know that in particular, a lot of people were complaining that cross-platform was causing this. I know that me, you, and some other people that we were playing with, we had to disable cross-platform so that we could hopefully reduce that problem.
Just to get into a match, dude.
Yeah, we had one time, I think we got kicked out of like 4 straight matches before it even started, just dealing with this issue. There's also issues where loading screens going into it would never kick us out, and we'd have to back out, close the app. I had issues where I would alt tab, and maybe this is just an issue on my computer. I would alt tab and it would just kind of glitch out and freeze up on me. And then your typical kind of lag and glitch kind of base stuff. But I mean, I don't want to harp on it too much because I enjoyed my experience. It's just seemingly kind of what we come to expect with Battlefield and even Call of Duty launches, because Call of Duty's been dealing with a lot of the same issues where they have a lot of early release, or not even early, they've already dropped the game, and a lot of people are really upset with the amount of lag and stuff that has come with this game. But the hovercraft people are literally climbing buildings with a hovercraft. Climbing buildings.
We got a taste of that.
If you're running, you look up. Oh, no. Somebody just up on a freaking top of a building in a hovercraft. You're like, what is going on? I seen this dude in a TikTok video climb up to the top of a hovercraft, jump off of the building, literally fly like this, and hit a helicopter and blew him up.
Yep, I saw that.
The last thing I should expect to see when I'm in my helicopter with my friends flying into battle is a hovercraft.
Bro, it's just hovering.
I mean, yeah, it's in the name, but like you're supposed to be on land. I shouldn't have to expect this. Now, part of it is funny and it's hilarious, and it's a whole reason why I kept hopping in the hovercraft and why I kept hoping to experience something like that. But it's just like one of those things that, like, come on, what are we doing here?
The only glitches that were making me mad were the ones where it kept kicking us out of lobbies like continuously.
Mm-hmm.
And then that one when we were playing Breakthrough, when I had got downed and I could not revive, I could not die. I just was literally stuck in the bleeding out animation. And I was stuck like that through the rest of the match.
Yeah, there's still some slight issues where people still, you can't tell if they're on your team or not. It's gotten better since beta form, but there's still some issues with identifying teammates or not.
Dude, and the scoreboard. Where the fuck is the scoreboard?
Yeah. They have I've seen issues where people are invisible. Matter of fact, my buddy Awakened Wolf, I was literally watching one of his clips, and you just see a gun. Luckily, it was a teammate of his, but he made this clip, and he goes, "Yo, is John Cena on my team?" And I'm just like, why is there a floating gun?
Yeah,
and you know, those are things that you're gonna see happen. Look, Bethesda, Battlefield is the type of company that they're going to address, and they're going to fix it. They've spent far too much time in the game, and if there's anything that we've learned from them is they are good about pleasing the community. They're going to address it. They're going to fix it. Matter of fact, they actually tweeted the other day. I noticed that there was a whole lot of people talking about how the game was just bugging out. They were having a lot of issues with it, and they were kind of getting fed up. So Battlefield, yeah, there's like, you know, I don't think I want to play right now. I think I'm just going to give it time. And so Battlefield released a statement, and they said tomorrow, this is posted 5 hours ago. So yesterday, or tomorrow.
That must be confusing.
Yeah. It says tomorrow we'll publish a small update to Battlefield 2042 across all platforms. This update will provide fixes for critical issues identified prior to the start of early access. The update will go live at 0800 UTC. Servers will be offline for 60 minutes whilst we make changes. So obviously they're already kind of attacking some of these issues, and obviously they're doing it prior to official launch.
Yeah.
So they're really excited for this launch, and you know that they want it to go as smooth as they possibly can, but we have to also accept the fact that beta was something that was completely built separate. It was something where they just had this beta team, and then they had the team that was working on it, so that there was issues with beta. People complained about that. They said those issues are already fixed. You aren't going to have to worry about that at launch. And then they have the early release for people that pre-order it. They release the early release, and then there's a bunch of problems. And they're like, "Don't worry, by the time beta or the official launch happens." And it's like, okay, I appreciate you addressing. I appreciate you answering to our call and saying that you're going to do an update and you're going to fix it. And I know that with a game this big, there's going to be issues that they cannot foresee until they give it a test run. Thank you for attacking it. It's just a little frustrating when you kind of had hoped that it was going to, you know, not be this rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and DICE they're very notorious for their like day one releases just being god awful.
Right.
So when the 19th rolls around, I mean, expect you not being able to log on, this and that, for the people who didn't buy the gold version.
Battlefield 5 had those issues too, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, and so my example is Star Wars Battlefront 2. Shit game when it dropped, like the poopiest.
Mm-hmm.
And then they listened to the community. Now, we're talking like a 6 month span, but they completely rewrote the game. And right now it's one of the most successful games on the market
And they
because
didn't
they,
have to do that, but they took the time to do that, which is nice.
yeah, I mean, look at Fallout 76. They're just now coming around the edge, but honestly, it's too
Too
late
late.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the game, but this is
Yeah.
kind of speaks to today's gaming world, and there's so much pumping out, there's so much social media. Me as an adult, I have money to where I can buy games. You have a window with me, and if you aren't addressing stuff, we went back and we gave Battlefield 70 or Fallout 76 a chance, and even that window that we went back, we enjoyed for like a week, and then it's like,
Same old.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about Fallout 76. I'm still kind of frustrated. And if I'm being honest, I'm just ready for a new Fallout game. I don't really, I'm not into to getting back into that game. I just like
Yeah. Well, they burnt us really bad on that one. And then they like kept rubbing like lemons in the
you couldn't even
wound.
play with like friends when it initially dropped.
Yeah, well that, and then they're like, "Oh, but if you want a private server where you can play with friends, it's going to be $100 a month." I'm
Yeah,
just like, oh,
yeah,
"What?"
get fucked. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
So
yeah.
I mean, look, Dice is already announcing Battlefield is going to get an update. Hopefully, a lot of this stuff gets ironed out. You know that they're going to address the hovercraft issue,
Sadly.
but sadly, because honestly, it was pretty funny. But we'll see what happens. But the biggest problem, guys, and this is the last thing I'll say bad about what I wanted, because I want you guys to understand. I enjoyed this game, but I owe it to you guys to know what things went bad. And the biggest issue for me, Jeremy, I think you mentioned it too, is the bloom. They had an issue with the bloom on every single weapon.
Mhm.
If you guys aren't familiar with what bloom is, it's basically I aim my gun at a target, right? And in that target, so say you're aiming at my head, right? It at my at my head, there is a bloom field that is like this circle. So my bullets could hit any one of these areas despite me aiming directly at my head. And so that's what people were running into, is you're like sitting there scoping in on somebody and you
Yeah.
miss even though
The
you're lined
bullets are
up.
like all the way over there.
Yeah, you're like, why is that happening? And I had a lot of issues with that. And I want to say that maybe it was my fault for just not, just sucking, but I tested it multiple times with people that weren't moving and I wasn't getting
Yeah.
hit markers, and it was just a little frustrating. So hopefully that is one of the things that they changed to. That's kind of a bigger issue in my opinion that would really kind of frustrate the community.
Yeah.
And this is not something that is rare, okay? Vanguard is having the same issue. The only problem is that, or the only thing with them is they're only really having the issue with like one gun, whereas Battlefield is like almost all of them.
Yeah.
But so hopefully they fix that too, because that's a big deal. But
Yeah, and it seems random too. Like
yeah,
the one game, dude, you're hitting your shots with the sniper rifle, and the next one, it just looks like you're blindfolded, and you're like, all right, that's good.
yeah. So we'll see. The things I did enjoy about the game, and I get from you, Jeremy, what you kind of enjoyed too, but I enjoyed Hazard Zone. Hazard Zone is a game mode in which you go in with three teammates rather, a team of four, and you guys drop into this zone. Basically, what the zone is it's like a smaller version of one of the bigger maps, right? If any of you guys have played the Division 2, you understand what the Dark Zone is. it's very similar to that in that you go in and there's these pods that drop all over this area. You go to those pods will have a cache, CACHE, a cache, right? Of stuff that you're going to take out. Basically, it's currency. And this is going to be what you use to then purchase what you enter the game with, right? If you die, you lose what you enter the game with, right? So let me clarify better. So when you play Hazard Zone, the first thing you'll do is you'll select your weapon loadout. And if you can pick a free loadout, which is just the basic weapons, but if you want to have your weapon loadout with the attachments and stuff like that, you're going to have to spend money. If you want certain grenades, certain perks, certain armor to take in that's extra, all that stuff costs. And in order to get those things and to get the stuff that you need to pay for that, you get that in-game currency by finding those caches and or killing people. If you don't win, don't worry. You can kill people, and that'll rack up some cash for you to take out and then be able to use going into it. Yeah. And so Hazard Zone I thought was really fun. There's going to be like 2-3 extraction zones that you're going to be able to kind of go to and try to extract all the stuff that you and your teammates get. You do not have to leave as a whole team, as we've seen with Jeremy, who hopped in the back of this helicopter, and then I'm like running there, and it's like, and he's like, I'm sorry, guys, and I was like, no.
I thought it'd pull us all out.
Yeah, I thought it would pull us all out too, and then all of a sudden it just shows Skull and Crossbones by Jeremy's name, and I'm just like,
permadeath.
We're on our own.
Yeah,
and so that was
so
a little
savage.
Scary, but you know, I thought it was a really cool take, and some people are going to say what they can say. And for me, I think this was a great way for Battlefield to find a way to create a new game mode that is enticing for players that are coming over from Call of Duty or any other game, or just something new and refreshing that isn't Warzone. You can treat this game like Warzone for sure. Yeah. But it's not going to win you the game by being the last team alive, right? And I personally think that it would be in their best interest to think of different ways to incorporate Hazard Zone. Maybe they're already thinking about this, but different ways to incorporate Hazard Zone, like what is Call of Duty's money game?
Money game.
Where you drop in and it's all about getting money, cash, like the team with the highest amount of money.
Oh, like plunder.
Yeah. Having like a plunder version to Hazard Zone where you're just going in and whoever has the most, cash at the end of it, maybe, not making it to where you have to extract, but maybe they could incorporate some stuff like that. And that could be pretty enticing. So we'll see. Now, granted, Portal gives us a lot of capabilities and a lot of particular game modes that might be created, so we'll see what happens with that. And if you guys go online, I think it's portal.battlefield.com or battlefield.portal.com, and you can go and create your own game mode. The very end of the setup, just so you guys know, is kind of like a coding thing, and it's like a whatever they call that, ladder style code or something like that. But it's gonna be one of those things. Let me tell you, my brain was a little fried trying to learn how to do it. I'm not very very versed in how to do that, but some of the other things that I thought were really good were I didn't check out any of the actual Portal games of VIP Fiesta or anything like that. I'll let Jeremy talk on that. A lot of that was some big stuff that people were pretty excited about. But in terms of the game modes that were like Conquest and some of the maps, I felt like those were really beautiful. The ice map that we played on, we did get destroyed on it, but I thought it was very beautiful, had a lot of areas that you could hide at. And that's one of the biggest things I will say about this game is a lot of these maps look so open. Like Battlefield 1, they had the huge map that was out in the desert. It sucked because people could see you from all over. You could, find places to lay down and hide. And there's so many areas in this game or maps in this game that are really spread out, open field, but they found ways to incorporate a lot of natural terrain that allows you to be able to hide through that. At least I thought so. So I don't feel like you're necessarily getting thrown into the open field and not being able to kind of survive sort of thing. Like people are just picking you off left and right. I felt like there was some survivability available to you to be able to escape some of that.
Yeah.
One more thing too, guys, one of the characters already got the special for him pulled because it was, I guess, too OP or something like that. So that's one of the messages you'll get on the screen. They're trying to fix that. But I mean, real quick, man, what did you see with Battlefield that you really liked? I know we've been harping on a lot of the bad stuff, but stuff that you liked. And then you played a little bit more portal modes and VIP modes. What are some of the things that you saw in that you enjoyed?
So first and foremost, Battlefield was extremely beautiful. I got to run it on the ultra settings, and when a typhoon was rolling through, it was a fucking typhoon.
Yeah, see it out in the distance, the shit coming off you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, the game was beautiful, man. I mean, and even though a lot of the glitches were happening, we still had fun. And I mean, honestly, man, like, I think it's super easy for us nowadays to kind of lose sight of a game is only going to be as fun as we make it. Like, yes, we do need to depend on these guys to come up with a good base. But if we're not laughing while we're playing, man, then why are we even playing this thing?
Mm-hmm.
But no, Battlefield had us like crying laughing in that hovercraft. I really enjoyed it.
You want me to pull that up real quick?
Yeah, you might as well. I'll keep talking while you're doing it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you guys a little bit of volume and show you what he's talking about. Because
also, jets suck to fly. I don't know.
Yeah. Totally forgot about that too.
I was just looking for a dogfight, dude. Okay, this is the hovercraft.
You got him. Oh, dude, can I do it?
So many people hiding on that triangle.
Yeah, our teammates were like spamming us on the message board, just talking
everybody over.
So much crap for us running teammates over. Look at this guy. Ejecto Cedo, cuz.
Yeah, he was just like,
dude, I didn't see that guy. I launched somebody so high up in the air.
I was literally laughing so hard at that. I mean, you could tell that guy was like, what is this dude doing?
Got him.
Let me show you this again. All right.
Yeah, he's just like stuck on the front. That's right. Yeah, no. The game is just amazing what you can do with a group of friends. And Portal was nothing shy. Honestly, I'm more than likely going to use Portal for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because I was playing, they have a playlist on there that's strictly Bad Company 2 Rush. And oh man, I miss Rush so much.
Me too, man. I loved Rush with so much passion. Battlefield 1 Rush was so fun too.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they'll bring it back. You never know. I will kind of say though, I'm kind of bored with Conquest. I really do like Breakthrough.
Yeah. I agree too. Conquest can sometimes just go on for too long. So Jeremy mentioned flying jets. This is going to be a little clip for you guys of Jeremy flying the jet, asking if we can get some dogfights going, see if we can see any jets in the game.
Oh shit!
I just love his. Man, do you think we can see any jets in the air?
Yo, I like how they dropped me and Sean off way away from all vehicles.
Oh shit!
You gotta love it, dude.
Literally the start of the match. I think that was like what 30 seconds in.
Yeah, and you're already gone.
Oh, dude. Beautiful game though. That explosion was so beautiful.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the best part.
Yeah. No, dude, I think I'm pretty sure as long as we just give it a little bit of time to breathe, and I mean even after like launch day, we just give it to like the 23rd or something weird. I guarantee you we'll have an ace game right off the bat.
Yeah. I think that they're doing some good things. Portal mode's going to be great for a lot of people that are really creative and know what they're doing, and I think it's going to give us a lot of fun game modes to really try out. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that, and I think that if they just continue to update and pay attention to what the community wants, there's nothing that we can really complain about. As long as they're doing and updating the game with kind of what we complain about, I'm going to be happy
Yeah.
because at least we're seeing active response from them. So
You remember like 6 podcasts ago when we first started talking about Battlefield? And I was like, yo, the community is going to find some weird, dumb shit to do.
Yeah.
And of course, I was right on the money because now they're flying hovercrafts off the roofs of buildings to take down
all over. So,
Oh,
yeah.
dude. Whoever figures that out, you deserve a trophy. I hope they put you in the next Battlefield commercial.
Yeah, no kidding. So enough of Battlefield, man. I know we're getting short on time, but there's a couple other games real quick, guys. Forza Horizon came out, and if you got Xbox Game Pass, that is a free game. I cannot believe that this is a free game because it is a beautiful, beautiful game and very well done. This is going to be your typical arcade Need for Speed style, not really a simulator. More allowing you to do drift racing, dirt racing, Baja style racing, street sprint style, having your cars be anything from a Porsche 911 all the way to a semi truck. Yeah, guys, semi trucks. I mean, so many different cars in this game that they allow you to customize and make your own, and it's going to be kind of what the new model has been for customizing. At least I don't know if you can call it new anymore, but you're gonna spend money to upgrade the car parts, but paint, decals, all that's going to be free. They're going to allow you to kind of change and see what you want to do with your car, and I love when they do it like that because I'm constantly changing my car.
This dude dude, Grand Theft Auto, that's all I can think of. Do like a single heist, and Trent would blow all of his money on one car, dude. And then be begging to run it again.
Yeah, let's run that heist back, bro. I'm poor. What do you mean? We just made $500,000. Look, dude, I don't want to get into it. I did buy a new house too. Yeah. I needed more garage space, but I thought that they did really good. So far, I'm not as far as you into this game. The first two choices I have made have been the off-road and the street racing. So I really enjoyed off-road. Not like I thought I would. I'm a big drift racer type person. Like I love doing a lot of the drift. And if I'm being honest, the dirt was way more appealing to me than street racing. Like just the amount of beauty that kind of came from it. You got flamingos that you're running out of the little like rivers. You got howler monkeys that are like ooh 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 as you're like driving by. So it just, I don't know, it's a lot more beautiful. I mean, the city is beautiful too, but I just really enjoyed kind of testing out some of those dirt cars.
Yeah,
I think the starter one that they give you is kind of like what is that, a Subaru? I think it's like a special kind of car, but it's going to be like those, your typical. Well, it's whatever stock one they give you that's already like decaled up. I can't remember what one that's called, but I picked.
Is it white?
No, it's the very first car they give you, not the one that you pick.
Well, they gave me like 20 cars because I bought the
Yeah.
nice edition.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the one that's got all the decals on it and like already preloaded. It's like the special edition. I don't know. To me, I'm like in my head, I'm thinking it's like a Subaru WRX, but I know that's probably not what it is. But maybe. But I use that for like a lot of my dirt style racing, and you can kind of drift a little bit in that. You get going, back wheels really spin around on you. Yeah, you can jump crazy off of cliffs, slam down. You're like, oh, okay, and then you're going. So that's kind of pretty cool too. But yeah, so I just really enjoyed what Forza has been giving me, and I look forward to playing more of that game and beating it. But I know you've played a little bit more of it. You've really been enjoying it too. But for a game that's for free on Xbox Game Pass, I really just don't think there's anything to complain about with what they've provided us. I mean, it's a great game so far, and it's got higher foot traffic, I believe, right now than Vanguard.
Yeah. No, yeah, they surpassed them. It was actually pretty wild to think that car game. I think the
Yeah.
last time a car game was on top was like Underground 2 or something wild.
Yeah.
No, I've thoroughly enjoyed the game. I mean, mainly because I am a car guy. Like,
Yeah. Oh dang, dude, whipping out the tattoo. Is that a V8?
Yeah. Straight up. No, dude. Really thoroughly enjoy that game, and how in depth you can get with the tuning is just so satisfying to me.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing, that little aspect of it can really be like pretty cool to like really go in, fine tune, and know that you made your car better with the same like like equipment or parts on that car. Just because you did better tuning, it's faster.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can download some other people's tuning too if you don't
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you
So
don't know.
if you don't know, yeah, you can go right in. You can go with what other people have bought parts for that vehicle and what they tuned it at. So for a kid that doesn't know what they're doing, I mean that's a perfect deal because they might not have the same pride in it, but they can still compete. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a really cool aspect. Although it does really make me mad that some dude on YouTube can just like post 10 settings that they did and have like this crazy Supra. And then I have one that I like worked on for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like not as fast.
Yeah, you're like crying.
Yeah. But no, amazing game, dude. Beautiful.
Yeah, I look forward to diving into it more. So be on the lookout for that as we play that game a little bit more. We'll definitely talk about it and try to show you a little bit more footage. I could show you guys footage from my stream, but with Xbox 20th anniversary edition on their birthday, I logged in that day and they gave us a free car. And whew, that thing is fast. And I could not control the power. It's an S2 car. It is I want to say it's a Porsche. I don't know if you were able to log in and snag that, but yeah, it was pretty crazy.
I did not. That really hurts my feelings that no one told me that you got a free car out of that.
It might still be in your inbox.
Oh yeah, maybe actually. I know that they have a warthog off of Halo on there. I'm trying to figure out how to get that thing.
Really? Yeah, there's so many like crazy cars in that game. I was like looking into it and I was just so like mesmerized by the amount of like vehicles that are not your typical racing game.
Yeah.
So here you guys go. If in case you guys are wondering, I want to be able to show you guys this. Again, this stream wasn't like anything crazy, but I'll show you what the new car looks like. Go ahead and mute this real quick. I don't want you guys have to hear me.
Dang, that's a nice escort you got there.
Yeah, so this is what I was kind of talking to you about. So there's my Supra. This is literally getting into the game. But that car, the Ford Escort, that's what I was talking about. That was the free. That was the free one. I said Super WRX. Yeah, the Ford Escort. You don't have that?
No, I do. Mine's like solid white. I think I kept it this stock.
Oh, that's why you didn't know. Yeah, that thing. That's actually how it was given to me. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
So is I wonder if that's like the
and this 918 Spider is what the Xbox gave out for free. By the way, you're about to
one
see
thing.
that.
I'm like a huge fanboy for Jim Kana stuff. So the fact that they keep producing like Von Gittin Jr.'s shit, like the Hoonicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that on the game?
By the way, if you guys are just listening, right now is the time that it's kind of showing off. It's got Halo, all the stickers for the car, but that's going to be the new or the 20th anniversary edition. I'll go ahead
It,
and run that back just a little bit, but
you look like you filmed this like 5 minutes ago. Like look, you like the exact.
yeah, I'm in a different sweater and hat. Don't be this guy out here trying to get me caught up. But yeah, you were saying Jim Connor and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, like the Hoonicorns on the game, I want it so bad. And then they got Von Gittin Jr.'s Formula Drift Mustang on here. And they have Ken Block's Escort. So I wonder if that was Ken Block's.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That's right, because Kim Block has been in a lot of these games.
Yeah.
They've always featured it. But yeah, you're gonna see right here exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, yo, God, oh, oh God, I was like, I cannot control this power. And one of the things about Forza, if you guys aren't familiar, if you get in a wreck like right here, you are actually able to rewind time, and you can always start back over and give yourself a little bit more of a chance so that you're not out of the race instead of having to restart the whole race. So you're going to see that right here.
Oh shit.
I'm going to rewind, boom, back in it.
Always take the inside of the turns.
Yeah. So that's a little bit right here. Oh,
Oh,
God. Oh, God. I was just
sideways.
so rewind. So that's going to be some of the stuff that a game like that is going to provide for you so that you're going to be able to, at least for the Forza series. Forza is the only one that I really have played that I know of that's got that rewind feature.
Yeah. It's really handy too, because there's so many situations where you just smoke shit. And you can do it in multiplayer too. It's like if me and you are racing head to head and you mess up a turn, you can rewind.
And it won't
It'll
affect
just,
you.
yeah, it won't. So it's a pretty nice feature. That way, you're not stuck in like classic racing game when you hit the reset button, you're stuck in that like blinking phasing, so your car is not moving.
Yeah.
So it makes it kind of nice.
Well, speaking of the 20th anniversary, I mentioned Halo a little bit, guys. Halo did come out, and not only did it come out, but with the 20th anniversary, Halo dropped it early. Now, not the
Yeah.
game, just multiplayer. They released multiplayer early for anybody that's been waiting, and it had, I think you were telling me, it had one of the smoothest releases. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's had hardly any issues with the game.
Yeah.
At least
No
not that I've
crashes.
seen. No
No
crashes, no
crashes or
lag.
anything.
I haven't experienced any of that. And the game looks beautiful. It's the nostalgic old Halo feel that you've always been wanting. The guns, the looks, the customization of the character. But with multiplayer being free, they've now added in a new feature, and that is the Game Pass. So Jeremy said he actually purchased it, just $8, and you are going to be able to have access to that. Now we don't know for certain yet exactly if it will vary season to season, but as of right now, it almost looks like it might be a one-time fee. So hopefully that stays true. Don't really know, but we're hoping.
Yeah, time will tell on that one.
But two of the biggest things I had that I wanted to talk about for it, because I mean, it's Halo, guys. I'll show you a couple of video clips to give you a little taste that I was able to clip for you. And I personally thought that it was a smooth launch. And not only that, but the party size in particular really stood out to me in that you can have up to 12 people. So many games don't give you that. I mean, Battlefield, guys, 64v64, and I can only have a party squad of 4. I mean,
Yeah.
that to me bums me out. But maybe that'll change. Who knows? Probably not. But at least with Halo, 12-man parties are allowed, and I'm all for it. That to me is a really, really dope feature. So you can get the whole squad on.
I don't know why, but my favorite feature about this new Halo is like when you're starting the match and it has like your character and you're just like, yeah, let's go fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Or
Like how your
cracking his
knuckles were
knuckles.
ready for that.
Yeah, they popped and everything. You do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been
Mine ain't ready
practicing.
for that.
Or you have that one guy that's like punching the air.
Yeah. And then you got like, I was giving Jeremy a hard time because he was still gray. He hadn't unlocked any color yet for his character. So he's just like looking like the recruit out there.
Oh, I did catch a scoop on. So if you go in to the Halo Armory right now, you'll see the normal armor, epic armor, and legendary armor. But there's no way to get the legendary armor right now, and it looks like samurai armor.
Dude, that looks so sick. I know exactly what you're talking about, dude.
So check it out, dude. November 23rd, they're dropping a challenge, and you have to complete the challenge, and you get the full set.
No way.
Yeah, and it's. I think they said it's like 5 days long, so be prepared for a grind. I'm sure.
I'm prepared.
But dude, yeah, that armor is the absolute sickest.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up for you guys because you deserve to see it. So the samurai armor, these are a lot of concepts right now that people got up, but
there it is right there. I guess you can't see where my finger's at. Scroll up. It's towards the middle. Keep going up. Right. Oh, you're okay. Yep, right there.
Yeah. And it doesn't, unfortunately, doesn't have like the full body look though, which is what I was really hoping for.
Yeah.
This opens up so many possibilities for maybe some future.
That's what
different
it's called is Yori. They have the name of it. Scrolled up all the way to the left. Maybe like one or two more. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be one of those. Okay, you know what? This is going to be one of those armor sets that is going to be highly sought after.
Oh yeah.
There you guys go. Look at that. I mean, this is so not sick. The best color format for it, but it just literally looks so dope.
Yeah, that literally is like those trash colors.
Yeah, I keep seeing people rock those, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like puke.
I would probably rock it if I got it to you. But the battle pass, dude, be prepared for super grind. I saw someone report that they played 300 games, and they're only like level 6 on the battle pass.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying like thumbs up to the game, thumbs down to the battle pass.
Yeah, well, I mean, but in comparison though, they're never taking away the battle pass. So even after season 1 ends officially, you can still get season 1 rewards. So as soon as you buy that battle pass, you're good for that 100, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine that's why they're doing it. I will admit it is like really annoying. I don't know. I'm sure they'll speed it up a little bit. Bungie also. Or shit, not even Bungie. That's sad. 343. I just kind of showed my age there a little bit.
Yeah. The other kind of cool thing is, obviously we can't play single player yet, and I'm excited to kind of check that out too and see kind of what that entails. But it's hard to say. I don't think it will, but maybe that might be something that unlocks or gives you achievements. Who knows? I don't know what they're gonna allow. Maybe like beating the game gives you access to some cool gear on.
That's what they generally do.
Yeah, so that's something I might be looking forward to. I wonder if it'll be co-op because there's always been co-op Halos, but
I wouldn't think so because it's an open world Halo now. It's not
it
the
is okay.
what you haven't seen any of the gameplay?
No, I've been wanting to surprise myself.
Bro, yeah, okay, I won't spoil it. Yes, open world Halo.
I've just seen the trailers. I haven't really seen any of the reveal stuff for the map.
Oh, it's straight dummy stupid head, bro. They haven't even dropped the map.
Did you hear that they're coming out with a Halo TV series?
Yeah. Well, I've heard of like the speculation like a really long time ago. Did it ramp back up?
It's going to be on Paramount.
Okay.
It's like a real thing. I don't know how I feel about it because like I didn't watch the movie, but the movie looked cheesy to me.
Yeah.
Like, it did not look good. Just I don't know. I just hope that the TV series will be cool. I mean, if Paramount's picking it up, hopefully it'll be pretty good.
Yeah. If they stick to the Halo lore, you should be in for a good show. Depending on where they start. I mean, if they want to follow like Master Chief or just Blue Team in general, I mean, that'd be a pretty good one. Because Blue Team got kidnapped when they were kids and like they were cloned, but they set up the clones to die super fast in the real world. So like no one would come looking for them. And that's when they injected them with like all the serums. And
Yeah,
like,
I'm not really that well caught up on the lore, so it'll be interesting for me to learn it in that aspect.
yeah. No, hopefully they do that stuff.
The only Halo I ever beat was the very first one.
Seriously?
Yeah, I didn't play. I always had Sony or PlayStation.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
I never played them. I played Halo 1 with this kid growing up and beat it because that was a one that you could play with multiple people.
Yeah.
But and I played some other ones. I mean, obviously, I take that back. I played and beat 4, I believe. Yeah, I did. Because that was the one that we played on 360. I did beat that one, but that was it.
Yeah. I mean, we have PC, bro. The Master Chief Collection's free on Game Pass.
Are the other ones multiple?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, Reach. They're all multiplayer.
You know what else I seen on the Game Pass that I was gonna bring up? Army of 2.
No, it was not.
Yeah, I swear I saw Army of 2 on the Game Pass. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was just I seen it for sale, but I did see it in the store.
Dude, that'd be so wild to like pay homage to that.
Yeah. Like
this man's about to look it up.
Yeah, I am looking it up because I swear I saw it.
That was a solid game. Dude.
I actually put Army Oof 2. Yeah, Army of 2 Xbox console games. Let me click on this. Maybe
Here,
not.
I can pull up my Xbox stuff real fast. I got the companion app that'll bring up my let's see. I'll just type.
But so many games right now are on that on the Game Pass. I mean, sitting here looking at the Game Pass, I mean, it's just endless amounts of really, really good games to get into and play. I mean, Destiny 2 is free with the Game Pass. If you guys want to get into that.
And it comes with DLC on the Game Pass.
It is.
I didn't find it.
Well, I think it's because it's only for 360.
So you have to play it on Xbox, maybe?
It says included with EA Play, get EA Play. Oh, maybe it's just EA Play.
Maybe I should have EA Play.
Yeah, it says free with Game Pass, but it won't let me download that.
Well, there's 2 different Game Passes. You have the Xbox Game Pass, and then you have the PC Game Pass. There is a difference. So like everything that's on the PC Game Pass is on Xbox, but not the other way.
Okay.
So it might be that situation because I'm looking at my PC Game Pass and I typed in Army of Two and nothing came up.
Probably just on the console then.
But, dude, you have absolutely have to beat Halo Reach's campaign.
Really? That good?
Yes. Oh, dude, I can't believe you haven't, to be honest. Like, it is one of the most sad but like most proud moments in video game history.
Did you ever see that video where it's like the cartoon version? I can't even remember who made it, but it was just like maybe I don't know. I was on YouTube for the longest time. He was like, "Are you ready for Halo Reach?" And they're like, "Whoa!" They're like slamming the disc into the 360. They're like slamming it down, and then they like take out the disc and they like crunch it up. They're like, yeah, and then like snort Halo Reach. I was like, what the hell? It's like just because of how much people like really loved Halo Reach.
Dude, Halo Reach was so amazing, man.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna download the Master Chief Collection tonight, and I'd be down to whenever we're bored, knock out the story.
Let's make sure that because Reach was its own game. It is, however, on Game Pass, but we might have to download it separately.
I'd be down to start from 1 all over again.
Just kind of go up.
It says included with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Okay, so we would have to upgrade.
Guess there's an Ultimate Game Pass.
But really, I mean,
honestly, if I'm being 100%, I mean, there's gonna be so many games on sale whenever Black Friday rolls around. Who's to say?
Oh, geez. The Master Chief Collection does demand 159 gigs up front.
Sheesh.
But I mean, that's what, 3 games?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really not bad. Honestly, maybe we could just download one at a time. It's not going to take us long to beat it. I mean, we're fucking pro gamers.
Facts. But yeah, dude, I'd be down.
All right, I'm going to download it right now.
So let me show you guys while we're talking about this stuff before we head out of here. I want to share with you guys some of these footages, show you a little bit of what you can expect whenever you guys are logging in to Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and let this be a lesson learned to you guys that whenever you come to the Dubkast, no matter who you are and no matter where you are and what you're playing, this is exactly how we can get you one step closer to clutching that dub right here. Y'all ready for this? This right here, quick little 3-piece. Sneak up behind these guys, throw a couple grenades, busting them up. 1, 2, reload. 3.
Let's go! Y'all know what it is.
You know what it is.
That's why we streaming right now.
Exactly. Tell them.
We're doing them like this.
Yep.
Let's go.
And a little extra sauce, 3-piece and some sauce just for y'all right there. All right. Not only that, but check this out. Guys, is it too early for Christmas ornaments to hang them up? Because that's what I was wondering with this one right here. Look at him.
His head stuck through the ceiling.
Well, that happened.
So, just a couple of fun little videos from my experience so far playing the Halo.
The multiplayer has been so excellent, man.
Oh, for
so
sure.
Excellent. Crazy.
It makes me excited, dude. It is officially what, a Titan year? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, Titan year, when all 3 major FPS games drop. That's Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Halo.
We got a name for the episode.
There it is.
And for those of you guys out there playing Vanguard, I am looking forward to hearing more about that and diving into some of that stuff as well. I've heard some issues. We've talked about Bloom. There's been some mic communication issues without being able to hear people talk, and cross-platform really kind of is another big, factor on that end. And, it's been all out chaos. They've had a shotgun that can literally run around the map and just knock people with one shot. Extremely far distance strafe kill with the bayonet knife. There's a lot going on with that one too. But if I'm being honest, a lot of the gameplay I'm seeing does look kind of cool. And Call of Duty is going to eventually fix that. But it's looking like it might be a little bit before they officially patch some of that. So we'll see. I just can't get into Vanguard too much because me and Jeremy have not played it. I can only speak from what I've watched, and I don't want to butcher any of it. But I am excited that Call of Duty came out with a game, because it's just good for, everybody whenever all these three big title games all drop in the same year, because it gives us a great problem. As gamers, too many options of games to play, right?
Yeah, dude, it's pretty crazy. I mean, right now I had to delete some games, but right now in my roster I have Halo Infinite, Battlefield 2042, New World, Forza Horizon 5, Far Cry 6, Destiny 2. Then I got the classics, Minecraft, Valheim, Rocket League, and Phasmophobia.
Yeah, I mean, heavy hitters this year.
Yeah.
Heavy hitters. And we're not even done. There's still some more games that are going to be coming out in December that we're going to be excited for. Let me actually look over. I think we even had some other big games that were going to eventually be coming out. Pokemon is going to be eventually dropping. Now, granted, that's not going to be for PC or anything like that, but that's another heavy hitter for Nintendo. And then then there's going to be that big update for Final Fantasy that's going to be dropping.
Yeah, the Shadow something. It comes out in December.
Yeah, so there's going to be some big heavy hitters. This has been a big heavy hitter of a year, and unfortunately, it's at the tail end of the year, but isn't that fortunately? Because guess what? A lot of kids out there are going to have a pretty long Christmas list.
Yeah. I know my Paige is getting so mad at me because she's like, well, what am I supposed to get you for Christmas now? I was like, well, I don't know.
Technically, I think Halo Infinite drops December 8th. So technically, we're going to have to wait until that drops. But Back 4 Blood's going to come out. And
Back 4 Blood already came out.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood. Oh, yeah, that's right. So and isn't that on Game Pass?
Yeah, that's free on Game Pass.
Sorry, that was the 12th of October. I don't know why I said that. I was looking at this list and I was trying to find December drops. It doesn't really look like there's anything big. Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot. Halo Infinite, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah, not picking that up.
Dude, don't be tripping. But so definitely some big ones that are going to be coming out. And then obviously the beginning of the year in 2022, there's a ton of heavy hitters, or at least just really big games that are going to be interesting. But we'll get into that later. Guys, we are running low on time. I mean, we've been talking your ear off far enough, but I just want to thank you guys so much and appreciate you guys that have all been keeping up with our social media and showing us love. Ways that you guys can show us your support is heading on over to our YouTube page, what you might be even be viewing right now. If you guys wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, tell us what you like about it. Head on over to our Facebook page, follow us on there, Instagram, Twitter, you know the deal. And guys, leave a review on Apple. That is how we know how we are doing and what you think. We appreciate all of you that are sticking with us. You guys are the reason that we keep this thing going, and I truly do mean that. I love talking about video games. It almost feels too easy for me, but your guys' feedback helps me find what you enjoy hearing about, and that way I can make sure that I get into that. Some things that we want to eventually do is maybe even do some live Q&A. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in while we're live, while we're doing this. We have a live feed from our Facebook page that you can go and actually catch us in the action before the episode is posted, and give us some live Q&A and let us know what questions and things you want to be answered, and we'll put that in the show. You know, we just we appreciate your guys' support. I mean, as always, it really does mean a lot to us to see the engagement that you guys give us. So with that being said, Jeremy, you got anything else?
No, just thank you all for listening. This is one of the best feelings, getting that response back.
Oh yeah.
It's something that me and Trent really care about a lot.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that it is a early, even at episode 19, it is something that is early, but we have big plans for the future that we want to eventually set in motion, and we're getting close. The new year's around the corner. We got some big things that we would like to do, and you guys sticking with us, you're going to see the journey. So, but I'm not going to keep talking your ear off. I'm Dirty. That's Toxic Jedi.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, we hope that no matter where you guys are or what you guys are playing here at Dubkast, we can get you one step closer to clutching that dub. See you guys next time. Thanks for joining us. Have a good one.
See you guys later.